What is up, DC fans, and welcome back to my channel. Another Friday means a brand new episode of Titans just dropped on the DC streaming platform. I have been doing this every week. I will continue to do it, and right now we are talking episode 5. If you guys don't know how these reviews work, I like to include spoilers since we're talking about the specific episode, so if you haven't seen it, maybe stray away, come back later, you know, just stick around, whatever. But the goal and the mission of these videos is to start a discussion in the comments section, so go down there, spoil away, talk about this episode, what you liked, what you didn't like, what you want to see improve. But right now, let's talk Titans episode 5. And we start this episode with a simple question. Why do we have a van now? Well, we need more space. That's the thing about this show, is I'm not the biggest fan of certain lines of dialogue. It's just like, oh, you're either really expository, like you're telling me what maybe you don't need to tell me right now, or it's just kind of cheesy and cliche. But you know what? I'm going to give those two things a pass because this episode wasn't really full of that, unless you're talking about the first 10-15 minutes or so. And Austin, don't be so judgmental. Well, I like to review movies, and I am aspiring to be a critic, so, you know, I have to point out to you guys what I think the flaws are. That being said, I have been more on board with Titans than most people that I know on my Twitter timelines and on my Facebook pages so far. And I actually kind of dug this episode again. I know, guys, listen, Austin, you're supposed to be a critic. What's going on? Why aren't you hating on Titans? I don't want to hate on Titans just yet. I'm going to continue to give it time to grow because there are definite flaws, very clear flaws. One of the things I just talked about, but Titans continues to impress me from an entertainment standpoint and providing fanfare, but not fanfare that's really in your face, fanfare that's like, oh, this is kind of fun. And what is so fun about it, you say? Well, the character interactions. This is the first episode, episode number uno, where we really get to see the team in action. Now, they're not necessarily fighting together. There are a few shots of them standing together, but first off, the fight scenes that were separate, they were really good. There's a fight in the hotel that I really liked, and the fight outside when Robin comes out. We'll get to that a little bit later. I thought that was cool, but the character interactions, and especially one interaction that we'll get to in just a second between Starfire and Robin, y'all, this is early. This is episode 5. You need to save that. But I knew at the beginning when Dick said, he's like, listen, y'all don't want to know my powers. I'm not going to tell you my powers. Immediately I said, yeah, he's going to show up as Robin in some sort of fight scene, impress everyone. And that's exactly what happened. And that's fine. This can be predictable as long as it's entertaining. And this episode was fairly entertaining. And a lot of that has to do with these weirdo villains, man. My goodness, these creepos that have been chasing our team since the first episode. At the end, their heads get blown off. So that's the end of that, I guess. But I really like the just, hello, how are you? We're going to murder you. I had a teacher like that once. I'm pretty sure she was part of that group. Now, their leader that shows up and talks to Robin at the end, there was one shot of him walking next to a lady, and his lines of dialogue were so daggone corny. I think it may have been the way he delivered them, but I'm just sitting there like, this really seems like a cartoon. And I thought they were trying to stray away from that. I thought Titans was trying to be a darker show, and it is. You know what? Let's just get into it. Starfire and Robin, they go at it. They do it straight up. There's no like swerving around the point. If you guys are kids, hey, I'm talking about it. Starfire and Robin, you watch the animated show, they hinted at it. Well, here, they just go for it. And the thing about that is, I think that may be a little too early. Now, I don't know how the story is going to go here. If it goes in the direction that I think it's going to go in, I think they maybe could have saved that. That could have been a stronger moment for later in the series because that is a pretty big deal. That is something that I want Starfire and Robin to, of course, get together like they do in the animated show and the comic books. I want that to be like the thing that happens 20 episodes down the line. It happened already, nothing we can do about it. It got intense. We don't get to see as much as Raven and Garfield, but we do get to see them. They're in the episode and their interactions with the team are good as always. I love when Garfield was asking Robin, hey, do we get to see Batman? Hey, guess what, Garfield? We've not even been able to see Batman. We've seen his arm and we've seen the back of his shoulder. Hashtag turn around Bruce Wayne. But we get to see him first, then you get to see him. Look, honestly, I don't need to see Bruce Wayne. I'm just doing that as a joke. But hashtag turn around Bruce Wayne. But once again, I love how Raven is the focus. Everyone is after her. She is kind of the reason the team is coming together. And then at the end, that one shot that we see of those four standing there, you got Beast Boy as the tiger and Robin standing there looking like this and Starfire and Raven. I'm like, that's the Teen Titans. It's a different version. It's a darker version. It's a version I could be on board with. I'm slowly starting to get there if we can get past some of the lame dialogue and some of the things that I don't like, just more filmmaking flaws than I see story flaws. I do believe Titans continues to slowly get there, and this episode is helping us get there because it did the most important thing I think we've seen so far. It brought the team together. We finally have the Teen Titans. Now they know he's Robin, and oh, guess what? He's not the only Robin, because at the end, we get the new Robin coming through the window, taking people out, and that sets up a conflict for the next episode that I think is going to have the possibility of being the coolest thing we have seen yet. So what did you guys think of this episode of Titans, episode 5? Leave your comments in the comment section. Give this video a thumbs up if you like these reviews. If you don't like them, I won't keep doing them, but if you do, I will come back for episode 6 next Friday or Saturday morning. I'm gonna try to keep these on Friday. It makes life a lot easier. I am always doing movie reviews and binging television shows. I've already had 2 videos come out today. This is the 3rd. Tomorrow, a review for Beautiful Boy. You guys are the absolute best, and I'll catch you later.